Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm really glad you joined us. My name is Sergiu Gabor and I'm a quality engineer in the automotive industry. Last year I tested a few snow chains. Well, not only snow chains, but also other similar products designed to provide traction in icy conditions. However, there was another product requested which I couldn't get in time to include it back then. The tire socks, which sound just as stupid as they look. So, today we'll test a couple more products to find out how good they are and if you should consider any of them. For this test, we're gonna go to a remote area where no one can disturb us and we'll do some hill climbs and braking tests to test them. After which, I'll give you my opinion about each product. Let's get started. Ah yes, the beauty of nature. Calm, serene, and beautiful. Until it tries to kill you. Maybe not the best day to do this, but hey, we were already there. So let me tell you how I performed the test. We'll first try to climb this small hill without chains to set the control. First in front wheel drive and then in four wheel drive. Let's see how it goes. Well, that was pathetic. Now, let's try out our first product, the Snow Claw. This has a price of $15 per set and includes two claws. However, as recommended on the box, you need 2 on each wheel, so at least 4 claws are needed, setting you back $30. Installing this product is actually more difficult than one could imagine, mostly because you need to wrap the damn thing around your tire. What you see me doing here is wrong, because the buckle needs to sit on the outside of the tire. So, you have to reach all the way around the tire to feed the strap through the spokes. Anyway, that's why it's highly recommended to practice installing products like this beforehand. To be honest, I have a pretty good idea what's about to happen. Let's see. Yeah, just as I thought, the claws broke off almost immediately. If you have this product in your car, do yourself a favor and go find the closest trash bin and get rid of them. Next are the infamous snow socks. I paid around $55 for a pair, but you can find them as low as $30. This can be bought in a lot of different colors, but I'm not sure if the material is different from the one I have. We'll take a closer look at the material in a few moments. Installing them is much easier than other products, but you still need to reach behind the wheel to align them properly. This was not a problem for this car, but if your car has lower ride height, make sure you can reach behind the wheel before purchasing. They also come with a rotation indicator printed on a label and, as expected, I installed them backward.
Direction or button.
Practice, guys. Practice before you get stuck. I don't think that installing them backward or inside out makes any difference, but for this test, let's install them correctly. After you put them on halfway, you need to move the car a bit to fully install them. I'm really skeptical about this. I have no idea how this is supposed to help get better traction, but let's see. Well, I'll be damned. This actually worked. I swear. This was my face during the test. I couldn't believe it. I had to try it again. the socks work. Amazing, but we still need to try out an actual pair of snow chains to see how they compare. For this, one of the best snow chains is the Pewag Servo. Great quality, and as far as snow chains go, very easy to install, although the snow socks are easier in my opinion. But it depends on the situation, as I'll explain later. These have a cost ranging between $200 and $300 depending on the exact model and size, so quite more expensive than other products. Installing them involves more steps than other products, but following the included instructions, you're set to go in under 10 minutes, even without practice. You will still get your hands dirty, but there's not much you can do about that. So, let's see how this does. Well, a couple of meters more than the snow socks, proving that snow chains still offer better traction. As you can see, at this point the snow was too deep for the car to climb further. As the snow gets deeper, the car is being lifted, losing traction even with snow chains or any other product. With that done, I also performed a brake test with both snow chains and socks from 30 km an hour on a very icy road surface. Unfortunately, I forgot to take any measuring device with me, so I had to measure the braking distance in steps. I know, not a very accurate method, but as we're gonna see, the results are pretty clear anyway. First, just the bare tires as a control. Next, the snow socks. Wow, that's a big difference actually. Now let's see how the snow chains perform. Holy smokes, that's amazing. Let me be completely honest. If someone suggested to me that snow socks are even close in performance to snow chains, I would have laughed in their face. Honestly. However, it's not all good news, as I'll explain next. I'll first start with the snow claws by saying that these are garbage and should not even come close to your car. But in fairness, I'll explain why, and if you're not interested, skip ahead to this time. Okay, so the main problem with this product is the strap and the buckle. There are more, like the high price or the inadequate choice of manufacturing materials, but we'll focus on what failed for me. The strap is made out of weak fibers, which immediately failed once force was applied. I encountered the same problem last year when I tested similar products. Straps like this are not designed to take such abuse. Other similar products replaced the straps with chains, and this would probably work better, but would also scratch the hell out of your rims. I strongly disagree with these products, as they're basically just a gimmick. If the strap would not have failed, the cast aluminum buckle would. Even so, the manufacturer recommends 2 claws per wheel. Well, in my opinion, at least 5 are needed to distribute the load evenly and have the smallest chance of working properly. But at this point, the price gets to $75 for something which is quite tricky to install and has a very high chance of failing. Now, for the snow socks, and as I made it quite obvious, I'm very surprised by these products. They just work, but there are some drawbacks. Allow me to explain. First, depending on your driving style, they may not be as tough as snow chains. As you can see here, the products tested ended up with some holes in them. Now, I did test them out thoroughly with hard braking and lots of wheel spin, but during normal driving this shouldn't be the case. However, I did the same thing with the Pewag snow chains twice, and they're still intact. On the other hand, if I would have tested a pair of cheap snow chains, maybe things would have been different. These socks are really flexible, and I believe that with normal driving are more durable than a pair of cheap snow chains. Besides this, if the road you're driving on is only partially covered with ice and snow, using this you won't have to worry about tearing them apart as you would with snow chains. The second point is about the installation, and this applies to both products. As chance would have it, I actually got stuck testing these products because the snow was quite deep and the car dug itself in and I couldn't move it anymore. Well, you may think that I had all the necessary equipment available to get it out, but that was harder to do than anticipated. And as we're still discussing about snow socks, I'm going to start with those. You see, to fully install this, you need to move the car a little, but if it's stuck, you won't be able to. I hope you can see the problem. If the tires rotate in place, the socks just fling off and are nearly impossible to put on. So this may be considered a disadvantage for these products, but you can very easily work around this by installing them before you get stuck. Maintaining the socks is also easier, as you can just throw them in the washing machine and you're done. Snow chains need cleaning and oil applied so they don't rust in time. In my opinion, these products get more things right than wrong. Traction is almost on par with snow chains, although chains are still better in this regard. However, braking distance was consistently better on ice and snow. All in all, I couldn't believe I would ever say this, but snow socks actually work, earning them a recommendation from my side. As for the snow chains, I believe that for the best traction, this is the way to go. A good pair like the Pewak Servo will last you a long time, and compared with other models, these are very easy to install. But there's always a but. Snow chains in general are harder to install than snow socks. They are more expensive, need to be untangled, and there are a lot more steps required to properly install them. But unlike snow socks, you don't have to move your car to fully install them, and this helped me a lot in getting my car unstuck. However, if the tires are stuck in deep snow, you need to get your hands dirty and start shoveling some snow around so the chains can go around the tire. Otherwise, you won't be able to close the chain link. So again, install them before you get stuck. Regarding the braking distance, I consistently had worse results than with the snow socks, and I believe that's because of surface area. Imagine that this is the contact patch between your tires and the road surface. With snow chains, there is not that much surface providing grip when you apply the brake. Moreover, the links can break due to the high force required to stop the car. With snow socks, the whole patch is covered by this material, providing improved grip. So I wonder if the ultimate setup would be snow socks on the front wheels and chains in the rear. Obviously, for a four-wheel drive car, you would get the best braking distance as the front wheels apply most of the brake force and best traction in the rear. That sounds like a very good idea, and I'll be thinking about it for the next test. Speaking of the next test, I haven't rated these products because I plan on making a more detailed episode about them and many others where I'll be testing them on a lot more surfaces like mud, snow, whatever, and with improved measuring equipment. But until then, that's been it. My early review and opinion for these products. I hope you found this information useful, and if you did, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what other products should I test in future videos. If you would like to help me with making these episodes, you can do so by becoming a Patreon member at the link in the description. Patreon members always have early ad-free access to all my videos and have the chance to win some of the products that I test. Until next time, thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye bye!